Good evening. Hope you're all well. Um, gonna try to keep the knitting up a bit today because that was a request. So we'll try this. If I keep doing this, then for the next video, I'll try having it over there instead. See if that makes it a bit easier for me to get everything on the camera. So yeah. I also don't have my microphone hooked in because it's quite late and I don't want to edit. I just want to upload and then go to sleep. um, but yeah, what a day I've had today. Let me tell you. Um, so I was on my way to like getting dressed and everything for work. No problems. I was quite in time. I had no stress, nothing like that. And then I opened my wallet and I see that my pay card is missing. And I think, okay, I know I took it out Saturday, but I remember putting it in. So it's, or I think I remember putting it in. So it's weird that it's not there. So I frantically tried to find, oopsie, it's not, it's not very easy to keep it above camera. And if I go a lot lower, then it cuts my face off. But anyways, I frantically look for the card, going through all my pockets, lifting everything, like where could it be? Where could I have put it? After a while, I just realized that, okay, I don't have time to look for it anymore. I need to get to work. But I'll check when I come home. Hopefully, it hasn't been stolen and hopefully nobody's using the money. Luckily, I could just remove my money from the account, which is connected to the card, so no money lost. But so then after work, I come home and I think, yeah, okay, I'm gonna turn everything upside down and just, it has to be here somewhere. It has to be. Because I remember I put it in the wallet. But I lift everything and I look everywhere and nowhere. So it ends with me actually having to cancel the card and like have to order a new one. And to do that, I had to call a number, and the guy in the phone, he was like, "Hello. Yep. Okay. I'll cancel it for you. What's your address? I'll send a new card." Like, I guess, I mean, I realize he does that all day because it was a phone number specifically for canceling your cards. So he hears this all the time, and I get that it's boring, but like, it was really obvious that he was bored. But then when I came home, I had no money and I had no food, and yeah. Luckily, my friend agreed to act as a ATM machine for me, so I switched over money and he gave me cash. So then I could go to the store and buy food. So, not starving. He said that it would take about a week for the new card to arrive. So until then, I'll have to ask my coworkers and friends and family to be my ATM machines. So yeah, and the day started off really well as well. I had a lovely dream, which I awoke into a bit too early, in my opinion. So, for some reason, I had to get married. Apparently, my dad was a Ming Dynasty prince So Ming Dynasty is one of the older ones in Chinese history. I think they ended in the 1600s, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, he was a Ming Dynasty prince that nobody knew of. I think he knew it, but we didn't know. And because of him marrying my mother, somehow my brother and I were like had a better claim to the throne, and me being the oldest one had to make the claim even better. So in Finland there was this Chinese family, and that's why I think, like, because my dad has older siblings, older brothers, and so they would obviously be before him in the throne. But I think because they all live in Australia, but my dad married my mom, who is Finnish, and this Chinese family was also Finnish. They didn't know Chinese, they only spoke Finnish. So I had to marry into that family, or our two families had to be connected. So they arranged a marriage for me and this Chinese Finnish girl. And I was walking to the temple, and I had this kimono, which is Japanese. Dreams make little sense. And you'll notice that as this goes on, because my kimono had white legs, or it was like a skirt kind of, a blood red belt. So just that makes me think of Lucia, a very important saint in Sweden, like the white on red, no, red on white. But then that was paired with the kimono jacket, which was striped all the way down like this in black, red, orange, black, red, orange. So it looked like one of those old, like, 80s or 70s couches that are really ugly. And then on the one side I had like Aboriginal symbol drawings of kangaroos going down on a stripe. And to me that symbolizes my dad and like our Australian heritage. And on the other side there were polar bears. Which is weird, because sure, polar bears exist in the northern hemisphere, or like polar region, and sure, Sweden and Finland are partially in the polar region, but there are no polar bears here. But I'm guessing that symbolizes either like Finland or Sweden, or like my Nordic not heritage but upbringing. So yeah, that monstrosity of a costume was what I was wearing. And as I was walking down like the temple aisles, there were like photographers everywhere, because this was a royal wedding, of course. It would be like so important for some reason. And I remember feeling so proud, because like my clothes, they are so beautiful. So beautiful. And yeah, I walked down the aisle, or the aisles of the temple, to get to like the area where we were supposed to get married. And on my way I meet my future mother-in-law and sister-in-law. And I remember thinking that her sister was so beautiful that my future wife must also be very beautiful. Um, so then, just as I'm about to head out through like a curtain, um, to out to like the stage area where we'll get married, uh, I look down and my white pants are missing, and instead I wear these matchingly ugly green striped pants that are like light green, green, dark green, light green, green, dark green. Um, and I think, no, I can't wear this. I need my white pants. And so I take them off. And as soon as I do that, I wake up. And I'm left like so confused about what just happened in that dream. Um, and I told my coworkers about it, and they were like, well, since the sister was so beautiful, probably you get the ugly one. And I was like, ah. But that makes me think about a story that my friend from Zambia told me. And it's about this man who gets to marry the most beautiful woman in town, or in like several towns, because he moves her to his hometown, where he works at a farm. But she doesn't want to work on a farm because she's too pretty. So she takes a stone and puts it in her mouth, and they ask her if she wants food, and they eat nishima, nishima, something like that. But she says no, and this is like the staple food there. So her family gets worried because she doesn't eat for weeks and weeks and weeks. She just has this ache, and yeah, and doesn't eat. So then the grandma wakes up in the middle of the night and hears like sounds, and she can see the bride make ishima, I don't know, to eat, because obviously she just has the stone, she's faking it. And she tells the family like, yeah, she's just faking it, she doesn't want to work, that's why she's doing it. And they try to confront her, and she starts crying that, no, I love to eat nishima, but I can't because my mouth is so painful, don't you see how swollen it is? So they say to the grandma that, no, you're wrong, let her be, let's just go to the farm. And she tells them to wait in the bush. And as soon as they get going, they jump into the bush, and the bride makes sure the coast is clear. Then she goes and makes this food. And then they jump out of the bush and are like, haha, see, you're lying, you're just faking it, you can eat, you're perfectly healthy. And then the son decides to break up with his beautiful wife over this, and instead he decides to marry the ugliest one, and she turns out to be very like hardworking. So she comes with them to the farm to help them like make food. And the lesson you're supposed to learn is that don't like judge someone by their looks, because even if they're really ugly, they can still be the hardworking one. And even if they're really beautiful, they might just be lazy and put stones in their mouth so they don't have to work. So that made me think of that. Just the story, not like the morals. I don't know if my dream was supposed to have any morals. This is getting quite long now, and it's starting to get quite heavy. Um, so I think that is why I'm starting to like do the knitting down here. So for next one, I will move it over there and see if it doesn't make it easier, because I'm feeling a bit sore just from holding it up. So yeah, I didn't make any tea today just because I just want to get done. I do enjoy talking like this, so that's no concern. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm just gonna not do the video and just put stones in my mouth and be lazy. But yeah, I do enjoy making these, but I didn't want to like make all the tea or make like last time I had that intro, like all of these things. Just simple video today. The focus was on getting the knitting in the camera. So maybe for the next one, the sound quality will be better and I'll be in a more comfortable position and I'll get to have the knitting in the video at the same time. And the annoying thing about all of this with my card is that I need to buy shoes for going to the gym. But if I can't access my money, then that is quite difficult. So I'm thinking that maybe I'll just use my work shoes for this week and then start or buy new shoes, because my work shoes are dark soled and I know that many places prefer you to have light soles on your shoes so you don't leave streak marks on the floor. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Besides, my work shoes are so worn down, like I just step into them, I don't tie them. So the like back side of them where your heel is, it's all worn down. And it's starting to get pretty cold outside as well. Today, when going to work, I had to wear a like this t-shirt, and then I wore a sweater on top and then a jacket. And I wore that as well now when I was going to the store, and I was actually freezing. So winter is definitely coming closer. But knowing our weather here, it wouldn't surprise me if like next week will be so warm that you have to take out all your like shorts and everything like that again. For this year, I hope we get a what we call wolf winter, which means it's really cold and there's a lot of snow, and it's like the Christmas that you see in like pictures. That's what I hope for this year. Well, that's been me rambling on for quite some time. I think I'm gonna end it here and get this uploaded so I can go to sleep and just forget about this whole day. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.